We are live. So, Jared, you asked what was going on. Basically, last night, YouTube took a dump. It went nowhere. Like it half loaded. It son of a biscuit.
What went wrong?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So last night, YouTube took a big old dump. You like I was actually busy watching a live stream, and it just went to a blank gray, snowy screen of death. And then all of a sudden I hit reload because I wanted to hear what they were saying, and it just went to like the page half loaded, and then it didn't do anything. So I reloaded it a couple more times, and it did the same thing. So I pulled it up on a different browser, same thing, and then I checked it on my wife's computer, same thing. So yeah, I checked it this morning and it was fine. So that's what we're talking about is the YouTube dump of 2018. So
The dumpity dump.
dumpity dump. It took like a big old dump. So how is everyone doing tonight?
See, there's quite a few in the chat so far.
We do have quite a few. We have more than normal, so I'm hoping that's a good thing. Hanging out at work. Well, that's cool that you have a job that'll let you work from, or that'll pay you to watch YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find another job that'll do that. I can't find one, so
I'm pretty sure there's tons of jobs where you can, but whether you're going to get in trouble or not, that's another
yeah.
question.
I want to find one that I can do it without getting in trouble. Like my last job, my boss knew I was watching YouTube, but she didn't care as long as I got my work done. She didn't care. So
Ooh.
yeah, I won't tell your boss, Jared. Excuse me. How's everyone else doing tonight? Hell, Kitten, I saw you over on another stream.
I wonder who that could have been.
I don't know. Do you know?
I have no clue.
It was a Pusa Studios.
I know nothing.
Pusa, you know nothing.
Yeah.
Well, if you follow me on the Instagram and the Twitter sphere, yeah, I actually tagged them. It was Pusa Studios. So we was over there watching. They were doing an interview with a paranormal survivor. It was kind of interesting.
Does sound interesting.
But yeah,
Check that out.
It was a pretty good stream. I had to duck out early because I had my stream to show up to. So tonight we're discussing soda.
Pop.
Soda.
Pop. Soda pop. Soda pop. No, pop. This stuff.
This stuff. Actually, no. So I have mine in it's a Columbus Blue Jackets. It's a novelty cup. But it allows me to put ice in it. See, Jared says it's soda.
Pop on this side is a country.
We were supposed to have Herman was supposed to show up and give his take. He's from California. It's soda pop around. See, Dave says it's soda pop. I say it's soda.
And where's Dave from?
Yeah, where's Dave from?
I'm sorry, I forgot. I know you mentioned it before, but I just forget where you're from. I'm gonna guess he's probably somewhere over on the West Coast too. If he calls it soda pop.
I don't know where he's from. Son of a biscuit. No, it's not soda pop. It's soda.
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 Called a beverage.
It's a beverage. Well, Illinois. Interesting.
Oh wow. Okay. So you're not far from. Well, you're considered the with us in the middle part of the United States. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah. So, the interesting thing is Hello Kitten was telling me the other day that she's from down south where they call it something differently. And I'm a little shocked that she hasn't chimed in on this subject yet, but she's from down south where they call it something else.
Yeah, I remember what she said that was.
But as I was going through some of the other things that Midwest, so I was actually, if for some reason I'm going to use the word pop, then it's soda pop. Excuse me. So the funny story is, when we first moved here, we spent the first couple of weeks with, that's right, Mountain Dew for life. Hashtag not sponsored. Um, but we spent the first couple of weeks with my mother-in-law because we didn't have a place to live. And she would always ask the kids to get her a pop, and so I'd have to correct the kids and say no, it's a soda, not a pop. I don't know why. I don't know why, but pop bugs me. It's always been a soda for me. Although I do remember, sorry, I'm talking loud, but I do remember my grandma would call it a soda pop.
Soda pop. Right.
Yeah.
When people say that, it makes me think of pudding pop.
I don't know what a pudding pop is.
It's a popsicle with pudding.
Interesting. Was it like a frozen? Is it like a frozen Go-Gurt?
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha.
No, it's on a stick.
Gotcha.
It's on a stick.
On a stick. Jalapeno on a stick.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was thinking about some of the other weird things that Ohio people say, like a book bag. Like in Utah, we'd always call it a backpack.
Now, see, I call it a backpack, but I do know, and I'm from Ohio, but I do know other people that call it a book bag.
Book bag.
Yeah.
The other weird thing for me is there's always room for a food pop. The other weird thing is my wife will call her shoes the sneakers, and where in Utah they're just tennis shoes.
See, I call it tennis shoes too.
See, I don't know. Now the actually I'm gonna share my screen because that's what I'm doing and it's my live stream, so you can deal with it. But I found this the other day and I found this kind of interesting. So this part of the country called, I don't know how accurate that is because I'm from Utah and we call it soda. This was the other one that I found. Yeah, see, this is more accurate, I feel like.
Yeah, it's probably about right. What? Nobody calls soft drink? It's yellow.
I know. Where's the yellow? Yeah, I don't see any yellow.
Me
Yeah, I
either.
mean, the one that they don't have mentioned here is the soda pop. See, this one has other, but this one's actually more broken down.
Wow, is it?
Interesting. Excuse me.
Huh.
I don't know how accurate this is because I'm from Utah and we always called it a soda.
Maybe that's the reason why when waiters and waitresses and stuff, they just ask you what you'd like to drink, not ask you what type of pop or what type of soda you want, because they're afraid there'll be some type of confusion.
Quite possible. And then if you're down south, you can ask for a Coke and they'll get you a Coca-Cola.
Or something else that we're not going to name on the stream.
Cocaine. uh, but yeah, it's just weird that different places call things different things. Like I was watching an Instagram story earlier today. For those of you that aren't aware, I'm getting more into the Instagram and the Instagram stories, just trying to feel my way through it. The other night, Mr. TB introduced me to the Instagram TV or the IGTV, so I'm playing with that as well. So if you're not following me on the Instagram, go check it out. I'll leave a link in the chat. Hold on. But I was watching an Instagram story from someone from England, and he called his pants his trousers, and it just like that is so. He's like, check out my trousers. Like, I don't know why, but that was so weird.
I know I have not a big, huge, but I want to say probably 40 to 45% of my people that watch my videos are actually from Britain and England. And one of the people that I watched the video about that back was on YouTube, and it was a little Power family. She literally went out in public and shown what Americans call this and what they call this, and it was pretty interesting as well. I mean, she went over stuff like the toilet, vegetables, trash cans, all that stuff and everything. What was the difference? And it was way different.
Interesting. So on that subject, I'm in a couple of Discords. For those of you that don't know, I started a Discord. I joined a couple as well. But in one of the Discords, there's a guy from England, and so he's from England, and we were having a discussion. Actually, let's be honest, there's a couple from England, and we were having a discussion one day about biscuits and gravy. And they in England, their biscuits are like a cookie, and so we were trying to discuss or trying to explain biscuits and gravy, and they're like, you put gravy on a cookie? That's gross. It was kind of funny. So we had to send him a picture and explain it, and like I still can't do it. Nope. So I think we even like Googled or what the people in England call a biscuit, an American biscuit, and like a scone or something like that. And like, no, I think their gravy is a bit different too. Like, so, Dave says you get every name here. Really, some say soda, some say pop, some say soda pop, and at sit-down restaurants they call it soft drinks. Some people just call all sodas Coke, even non-Coke products. Yeah, that just seems confusing to me to call it a Coke. Like, I want to
Yeah,
Coke.
because if you're in a restaurant or somewhere and be like, look, I'm looking for some Coke, but you're looking for Pepsi or 7-Up or something, that's going to get very confusing.
Yeah. So like I sit down and I want Coke. Okay, what do you want? I want a Sprite. Yeah, that just makes to me that's no, you're fine, Elkin. We're just discussing how weird people call it Coke, and we're just discussing the soda debate. I just find it weird. I pulled up this image right here, the Coke and Pepsi, or the Coke and pop and soda. See, I want to call it a Coke and Pepsi. I'm like, that's what makes sense to me. But yeah, I guess what it is, what it is, you know. Everyone's. I guess it all goes back to the thing that everyone's brought up differently. And I mean, I believe I was brought up calling it a soda, so I always call it a soda. And when I hear pop in my head, I hear it just sounds weird to me.
Oh yeah, and it goes back to how some people too in different states how they pronounce certain stuff. Like me, I know some people like I'll say it how I say it, crayons. Some people
Crown,
say it, yeah. Some
crown.
people say it
My wife
crayon, and
does
some
that.
people say crayon. You know,
My
so.
wife will. I give my wife crap sometimes. She'll say a bag, but she'll call it a bag. Can you go give me a bag? You want me to get you a beggar off the street? What?
I know I was watching a family video today on the Real Brits in New York, and I literally had to rewind it a couple times to figure out what she was talking about because she was talking about how she got real gutted, like as in your stomach. And I'm like, what in the world is she meaning? So I kept rewinding it, and I was like, oh, she's talking about kind of like being frustrated. And she's
uh,
from England but lives here, but she still talks like she's in England, and that's what she meant by gutted. I'm like, I've
gotcha.
never heard of
So Jared says where I'm from, Coke is something else.
it.
I think you have a problem, Jared. You need to speak to a counselor.
They actually used to years ago actually put that in the original Coke.
Yeah, I think that's why they call it Coke. But
Yeah, it was to get everybody addicted to it.
oh my gosh, hold on. I just thought of something. Hold on. How do you do like Hell Kitten? If you ask for a Coke, how do you get like a Mountain Dew or a Pepsi or like a 7 Up? How does that work? So I got to show you this right there. Do you see it? I have to share that every time. It makes me laugh. So Hell Kitten says, I don't know if I can pull it up. I've always wondered, or sorry, Dave Cannon says, I've always wondered, does any place you guys go to eat serve RR Cola? Around here, nobody does, so you can only get it in stores. You know, I don't think I've ever had an RR Cola. I know it's
Like,
kind of like an off brand, but
or is he meaning RC Cola?
you mean RC Cola? Actually, they put real Coke in Coca Cola and used it as medicine until they finally realized Coke. Okay, that makes sense. But are you talking about like RC Cola or is that like I can do something. I can yes, Hell Kitten, I'm Googling it.
Now I know if he's talking about RC Cola, yeah, he is talking about RC
RC, yeah.
Cola. I know there is some A&W root beer stands not around here, but A&W root beer stands that does RC. But that's the only place I've ever had an RC Cola at a restaurant.
Gotcha. So waiter walks up and says, "What would you like to drink?" You'd say Coke, and they say, "What kind?" LOL. I know, stupid, but that it just makes okay. Nothing against you, Hell Kitten. That just does not make like it just makes no sense to me to say that. It just seems like it'd be faster to say I'd like a Mountain Dew or a Pepsi or a. I know. What would I do without Google? I'd be useless. No joke. I actually had to Google how to do my second graders math today because the new math or whatever. Oh my gosh, that
I
thing
hate
is so stupid.
I hate it. I
So
hate it.
yes, I had to Google how to do second grade math today.
The new math is just so weird, and I don't know why they changed it on how to, and it's hard to um, sometimes our math and their math will come up with the same exact answer, but in order to get their answer, they will have a different formula than we have. And I'm like, well,
Yeah,
then why have a different formula for it? I mean, it makes it more complicated.
I was a kid when I lived down there, so I have no say in it, and I don't. Yeah, see, it's just I want a Coke. It just. Now, do you want a Pepsi or a Coke?
See, I want
So
to Coke and make it die.
I know. Hey, I'm working on kindergarten math, and it's see, I just this new math. It just
Yep.
um, I think when she gets older, I'm just gonna have my wife do all that crap. So, oh, I was gonna say so. My brother-in-law is from Louisiana, and so he would call it the shopping cart a buggy.
I've heard of people say that.
Like, that's so weird.
I just call it a cart.
Yeah. Like, because him and my sister were shopping and they didn't get a cart. And so they were getting more stuff than they thought. And he said, let me go get a buggy.
Yeah, see, a buggy to me, I think of a doom buggy.
Yeah. So Dave Cannon says new math is like new Coke. It's terrible and needs to die out and go back to the original. Nice. No.
I wonder what they would do if they went back to the original format of Coke for people that were getting drug tested and be like, "Well, I didn't take no drugs."
Oh yeah, that's right. In the UK they call it a fizzy drink.
Oh yeah, they do. They do.
Can I get a fizzy drink? Oh my gosh. I was saying this earlier, the people in England call them trousers. Or the garden. Their backyard their yard is a garden. Oh my gosh. I mean, I want to point out, guys, the reason for this stream is not to make fun of people. It's just to culturalize everyone.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure people think it's funny the way we call stuff over here too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not making fun; it's just laughing with.
I mean, seriously, when someone says pop, it still makes my mind want to go, no, it's a soda. um, before you guys leave, don't forget to hit that like button. We need to make sure that's been tickled enough tonight.
Yep.
Appreciate the love and support. You guys are awesome. So, what are other weird things Ohioans call, like, other than the backpack? Oh, maybe you can answer this. I can't find it. I can't Google it. I've tried. Um, what is a pike?
A pike?
Yeah, like Upper Valley Pike.
Oh, it's a road.
Well, I know, but there's like no definition for it.
Oh, I don't know what the definition be for it. I mean, it's just like anytime I ever seen pike, I just think of a road, a street, a drive, a boulevard. Um, the only thing I can think of is maybe pike is just it's well, it can't be lower because you have upper valley and lower valley pike.
Well, when I Google, like the dictionary says it's a fish or an infantry weapon, kill or a thrust.
What did you Google? Let me Google this real quick.
It just, I just, and it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't even matter. It's just for some reason, I kind of want to know. So Hellkitten says I talked to a friend of mine in the UK over Hangouts all the time, and we laugh at the way we say things. That's awesome. Is she like from the UK, or she moved from the States to the UK, or? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Hellkitten. Pike staff is a sharp point or spike also, the tip of the
Well,
spear.
I just now Google what makes a street a pike, and
Uh-huh.
it says a pike or turnpike is commonly associated with toll roads. The usage of pike comes from versions on the pike weapon that were used to block access to the road until the toll was paid. So maybe back in the day there used to be toll roads or the roads blocked off for a certain section or something like that. Maybe that's what makes it a pike.
That makes sense. WebDev says mountain or hill having a peak summit used especially in place. Where did you find that? Send a link. Links or didn't happen.
I mean, that very well could be because you have lower valley that is really, I mean, it really does go lower. You can tell it goes lower in Springfield, and then you have upper valley pike.
MWRR.
What is that more?
Well, that's the closest thing that we can get to.
Oh,
Jared. All right, here you posted a link. I actually made you a moderator so you could post a link. You should feel special. England. Hold on. A mountain or hill having a peak summit in, used especially in place names. Interesting.
Well, I know like the ones that actually have tolls, the roads that have tolls, the ones that I know of, like the Ohio Turnpike and stuff like that, they're actually called Turnpike. They're not called Pike. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even matter. It's just something that's kind of like one of those burning questions in my brain that I've always wanted.
I think they just need to call them all street, get rid of drive, get rid of boulevard, get rid of road.
But then they'd run out of names.
They could name it Duh or something. I don't know.
You were made a mod so you could troll safely. And web dev, if you're a jerk like you were the other night, I'll demod you so fast. So fast. So in the backwoods of Ohio, web dev, where you're from, do you call it soda or do you call it pop? I want to know. He's from the backwoods of Ohio.
From the backwoods of Ohio, huh?
Yeah. Just yeah. Hell Kitten is the only troll here. I'm from UK and Ohio. Soda. All right, see? Soda. There you have
Okay.
it. We're gonna officially ban the word pop.
I think what it is, I think people that actually grew up and haven't moved out of the state call it pop. With him saying he's been from the UK too, that's probably the reason why he calls it soda. But majority of people probably that have been born here in Ohio and have been here in Ohio most of their life or all their life, it's pop. I can guarantee it.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Now I'm curious because um I don't remember what my wife calls it. I think she calls it a soda. Like Hal said, fizzy pop is also another. Ooh, fizzy pop.
Has your wife been in Ohio all her life?
So she grew up in Ohio up until high school. High school she went to New Jersey. And then after New Jersey she went to Utah.
Okay, so she may have like all different kind together.
But I think she was in Utah long enough to switch from pop to soda, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But not long enough to switch from sneakers to shoes.
I don't think I've ever called them sneakers. I
Yeah,
either call them shoes or tennis shoes, and I don't know where the term tennis shoes came from because the shoes I actually wear are running shoes. They're not tennis shoes, but
yeah, we were actually talking about that. Um, we were talking about that earlier, Hellkit, we haven't heard from John since Saturday, so we don't know. I'm
I know
hoping he's okay.
he's posted a couple videos of him playing football and of the marathon and stuff. I just haven't heard from him personally in a while.
You know, WebDev, I'm I'm not sorry I ended up in Ohio. I mean, if it wasn't for Ohio, I wouldn't have met some great people like Mr. TB and Mr. Conan or Mr. or Mrs. Hellkitten. If it wasn't for Ohio, I probably wouldn't have had a YouTube channel. I wouldn't have met you. So I'm not sorry that I ended up in Ohio. I'm not saying it's the first place I would choose to live, because we all know the first place I would choose to live would be San Diego. But yeah, it's not been too bad. The only thing that kind of sucks is the weather, and I'm not a fan of the cold. It's just I would love to live in San Diego where I could ride my motorcycle year round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a lot of good people around me. I mean, you guys are all awesome. You guys support me. You guys take care of me. So you guys are awesome.
Yeah, and I know most of the people, well, like Hell Kitten and you and all them, that come to my live stream and support me. They're from Ohio. Then I have a guy that supports me that comes into my live streams on occasion. He's from Columbus, Ohio. So I mean, there's a lot of people that we really have. Not that we don't have other people as well, but we have a lot of great supporters that are actually from Ohio that we've never actually met face to face.
Yeah, the only person I've met face to face is Mr. TB.
Yeah, and I apologize for that. I'm just playing.
Me too. I'm joking. No, but I'd love to meet more people. One of these days I'd love to meet Mr. Cincinnati, what's his name? Tim Schmoyer. Um so,
I'll meet him one of these days when I go to one of his conferences. I mean, it may not be like a face to face thing, but I'll at least maybe be able to meet him and take a picture with him or something. I don't
yeah.
know.
I found out that in Sweden they call a bathroom a water closet after asking where the bathroom was, and they pointed to a door marked water closet. They laughed and said, "Here we call it a water closet." That's funny. Go Sooners. I think you mean go Buckeyes. Oh yeah, I met Web Dev face to face. He's an
Oh,
old
have you really?
he's an old coworker. We used to work together. Sorry.
Ah.
When I said face to face, I was referring to YouTubers. I was yes, I've met you. Jeez.
Well, to go back to the bathroom thing, just south of us in Kentucky and Tennessee and all them, they call it the outhouse. So, no, I'm
Outhouse.
just playing.
So directly south of Springfield. I'm joking. You guys. Oh yeah, Buckeyes. The Sooners is I don't remember.
Oklahoma.
That's what I was thinking, but I had to Google it to find out. Actually, I prefer to not the Buckeyes, but I actually prefer the Blue Jackets.
Blue Jackets.
I'm slowly starting to warm up to sports ball.
I like the Green Jackets.
What's the Green Jackets?
Golf.
Golf?
No, I'm just playing. They do win a green jacket for like the Masters
Oh, that's
or something
right.
like that.
That's right. I watched Happy Gilmore once.
Yeah, there you go.
No, it's a gold jacket.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's one of those. Yeah.
Gold jacket, green jacket. Who gives a
I know I don't watch it. I know that.
I did Gundam forget you. I'm sorry.
Now I have played night golf. That's pretty fun.
So I've actually heard some stuff about Top Golf. I've heard it's pretty fun. I don't I don't know what it is. I don't know like the particulars, but it sounds pretty fun. I just gotta find someone to go with. Like there's a new place that opened up in Polaris.
What's it called? Top Golf?
Yeah,
What the heck is that?
I don't.
I know night golf. I played it where your ball glows in the dark and stuff, so you can see, where you're hitting the ball, and then also the hole. They put like neon sticks and stuff in the holes to make a light up, so you can actually see those. And I know quite a few people that play frisbee golf.
Top Golf is a game that anyone can play and win. Score points by hitting microchip golf balls at giant dartboards like targets on an outfield. The closer you get your ball to the center or bullseye, and the further the distance, the more points you earn.
Okay,
Interesting.
sounds interesting. It's kind of like I guess like a driving course with targets.
That's what it sounds like. So, let's see. Yeah, I've never done night golf, um, or snow golf. Trying to find a white ball in the snow just does not sound fun. Yeah, guys, let's keep it somewhat family friendly. I appreciate the interaction and the participation, but let's call it a crapper. Um, so yeah, I try to keep my stream family friendly. So yeah, orange ball in the snow. I guess it depends on how deep the snow is.
Yeah.
It's all good, web dev. Thank you for watching out for me, Hell Kitten. I appreciate it.
But
But
one of my buddies, he plays frisbee golf, and that looks like it could be interesting too.
there's actually a frisbee golf store down on Main Street.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's the fun part. You know what? No, you know what the fun part is? Golfing with um the golf carts. Oh my gosh, me and my family, we almost got kicked out of a golf course once with the golf carts. Me and my brother were racing, not Jared, but to get to the ninth hole, you had to go up a hill. It was like a steep, steep hill. And we were racing our carts up the hill, and by the time we got to the top, they were smoking, and I accidentally jumped the cart over the curb. So yeah, they luckily we were done. They were getting ready to walk out and ask us to leave.
Wow.
It was fun though. We'd run over each other's balls. Yeah. My dad would get frustrated with that, especially when the ground was a little soft. He just pushed it down into the ground. Yeah,
Well, I bet.
but it's fun, fun. Yeah, I've heard about frisbee golf. I just don't know if I care too much to play it. I don't know.
I'll just have to play it one time. Like I said, I've seen a couple of people that I know watch it. There's a couple of YouTubers that I watch. They've done it before from here in the United States and in England, like Finland area as well. And it don't look bad. I just want to try it and see if I like it.
I don't know if I want to invest. Like, I guess it would depend on what it would cost to get invested in starting.
Probably all you need is a frisbee.
Well, when I saw it, they had like different frisbees for different distances. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, like your nine. The same thing with your golf clubs. It's like, so I don't know. I'm good until the last few throws into the bucket. Well, everyone says we need to try it, Mr. TB. So,
Well, maybe that'll be a video maybe next spring or summertime. We'll go frisbee
well,
golfing.
Web Dev said we need to do winter golf or snow golf. So let's do snow frisbee golf.
Oh, well, we might be able to do that too if they're open.
I mean, it'd be easier to find a frisbee than a golf ball.
Well, yeah.
So
We can just all meet up. Everybody from Ohio can meet up and go somewhere, have some frisbee golf.
see how Kitten says it takes a Pacific type of frisbee.
Okay. See, I didn't know that part of it.
So
Good to know.
good to know. See, it's a public park, so it's. Isn't that up in Columbus though, Web Dev? Or are you talking about a different one that I don't know about?
I think he's talking about the one on Riverside that's pretty much Dayton.
Oh, I've heard of that Dayton place. I've heard you don't want to go down there.
Where, Riverside?
No, Dayton.
Oh. it all depends. Dayton's like Springfield. It has its good and bad parts.
I've heard Dayton was on Cops before. See, no, he's talking about Columbus.
Okay.
You should see a rheumatologist then, Hell Kitten. See, oh my gosh, see? Everybody knows more than we do.
I know it. I'm going to have to be Googling all this stuff, figuring out how to do this stuff.
Just don't tell Hell Kitten you're Googling. You know, I tried to Google Hell Kitten the other day and I couldn't find anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never lived in Dayton. I've just heard it's been featured on Cops quite a few times.
Yeah, well, I've lived all over the Great Dayton area, including Miamisburg, West Carrollton, Moraine.
Yeah, I know. I saw you on Cops once.
Yeah.
I'm joking, guys.
But yeah, there's good and bad places of Dayton, just like there is Springfield. It used to be the west side of Dayton was really, really bad. Now it's starting to be a little bit of the north side starting to get a little bit bad. It all like shifts, but it's just like any big city. You're going to have that bad part of the city always in big cities like that.
Hey, Mr. TB, can you handle this live stream for a minute? I got to go get another soda.
Yeah, I sure can. Go get your pop.
I'll be right back.
Okay, on Riverside Drive in Columbus, Ohio. Okay. I'll have to check that out, web dev. So, well, as soon as my health gets a little bit better, I'll check it out. I've been wanting to go up to Columbus to check out a few places anyway, so I might have to end up checking that out. So about Daren. Exactly, Daren. He talks kind of weird when it comes to certain stuff, but yeah, Fairborn is a nice area to go to. Yeah, it's really nice. Beaver Creek, it's right next to it. It's really good. But again, both of them have their good and bad sides. So it just all depends on, pretty much Beaver Creek, Riverside, Fairborn, Dayton, all of them pretty much, Huber Heights, all of them pretty much are right there together. They kind of butt up together. So
I'm going to start calling it a fizzy soda pop and Coke.
yeah, there you go. Confuse everybody. They know you're a Mountain Dew dude. Just say, I went and got Coke. They're like, what?
So Greg's Reservoir. Okay, I've been there. You don't be talking about me. Bunch of meanie heads. Yeah, you guys are mean.
Carbonated sugar water. That's about right with some of it.
Sorry, I had to mute myself while I blew my nose. I didn't think you guys wanted to see or hear that.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, fizzy soda pop and Coke. I do what I want. No, you don't, web dev. You hush it. You ain't got nothing on you don't got nothing more than Jared's got. I guarantee that. Yeah, let's hear what you got. What's the dirt?
What's the scoop?
Do you prefer fizzy bubble drink, cold or room temp? Cold.
I prefer it warm. Every great once in a while, I will room temperature. Every great once in a while, I will have it cold in the refrigerator, but I will not put ice in or anything like that. But that's only because of my teeth. Before my teeth messed up, I had to have it cold all the time.
So true story. My old job where I met Mr. Webnev, we used to work together. They had in the break room, they had a fountain with different, like 5 different sodas. They gave us a cup with a lid on it to, when we got, like for our first day, they gave us a gift bag, and one of the things was a cup with a lid. I never used the lid because I think it tastes better with the ice just tapping my teeth. I don't know. I'm weird. So I like it with ice. But
I can go to the drive-through sometime at fast food restaurants and tell them to give me pop with no ice. But another reason why I do that aspect of it is because a lot of restaurants want to fill the thing up to the brim with ice.
yeah, that's ridiculous. That pisses me off.
So I tell them no ice because most places already have the pop cold when it comes out.
Yes, I remember that. That was so gross. This lady at work, she would always wear so much freaking makeup, and her lipstick was always caked or covered her straw, and it was pretty gross. Oh, thank you for reminding me of that.
And I agree with Jared or whatever. When it is hot outside, maybe I might want it cold, but otherwise, room temp for me is good.
Sorry, what word did I say? Oh my gosh. Sorry. I apologize, guys. I actually used to buy one back in the day. This is like over 10 years ago. Um, it is now. Thank you, WebDev. You're a pile of garbage. Um, I used to buy one, and I'd buy it like at the end of my. I don't remember. Uh, you can say the word. If I said it, it's all right to put it in the chat. Back in the day, I would puke.
That's what I'm thinking it was.
Back in the day, I would buy a drink, a Pepsi, um, like last half of my shift, and I would shake it up. Now I'm curious, what word did I say? I would shake it up and leave it overnight. You said, "Oh, pissed." Oh,
Ah,
I
okay.
did say pissed.
I got you. Like,
Um, but I would shake it up and leave it in my car overnight, and it would get nice and frosty in the morning. It was great. My favorite is put a drink like a soda in the freezer, and you'd have to let it get to the certain temperature. That was the trick, is to let it get to the certain temperature to get frosty but not frozen. Because if it's frozen, you open it up, it explodes.
oh wow.
Sorry, I
I
said
could
the bad word, guys. I apologize.
I couldn't put pop that much in the freezer because it exploded on me too many times.
Well, see, I don't put cans in the freezer because they will burst. I'll put it like a bottle.
Okay.
Ow, fudge. I'll put a bottle because if the bottles are stronger, they don't burst. So, at least in my experience. But to get it right in the perfect temperature where it's frosted, like it's like a slushy, is so good. Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah. You know, they actually have Mountain Dew slushies like freezes you can buy.
Yeah, I know. They also have Burger King. They have a surge flavored
Burger King.
Burger King. Hi, Rat Dog. Do you want to say hi? Come here. Good girl. Come here. Good girl.
Uh-oh. Somebody's making their appearance.
Say hi, Leia. Aw. Say hi, Leia. Who's that? Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Burger King.
Burger King.
I have a few ideas that I want to do with Burger King as far as video ideas. Excuse me. However, at their drive-through, it says they specifically have a sticker that says no video or no video, audio, or photography allowed.
Is that inside or outside though?
It's on their drive-through window.
Oh.
Yeah, I think she's camera shy. Honestly, like I'll do FaceTime with my parents.
I did a
And
couple of Burger King videos to drive through, but I've let the person know that I was recording them too, and they're like, I'm all right with it.
all right,
So
gotcha.
all depends on which one you go to.
Which one do you go to?
I go to the one on Limestone. It's up
South
by
Limestone.
yeah, it's up by 70.
Okay,
Pretty much on the corner of Leffel and Limestone.
gotcha. I know where that is.
I've just found, even though I have to drive a little bit further, I just found that the fast food restaurants in that area tend to get better service.
Interesting.
That's where my favorite Taco Bell is at.
Taco Taco Bell. I went to a restaurant that brought the root beer to you in a frosty mug, and when I was 10, I ordered one, and when I picked it up, the bottom of the glass just fell off, and I had a. Oh, that would that would be bad. That would be horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't stopped me per se. It's just I to me, okay, this is my feeling about it is I want to make YouTube at some point in my life. My goal is to make YouTube my career. So, um, my feeling, my thoughts is if they're going to be that way about filming and photography, why would I want to give them my money? If that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Because if it's my career, why would I just to me it would just be throwing money away because I wouldn't be able to yeah, that's my thoughts. So I might still do it. I mean, at this point I've been so broke lately that I can't do anything, but hopefully coming up soon, hopefully that'll change. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So
Yeah, I try to, when I record out in public, when it comes to stuff like that, I try to either let the people know, hey, look, I'm recording, or I will try not to put as many, public people other than myself and my family and stuff like that actually in the video. I try to either cut them out or whatever I need to do because I don't know if they want to be on video or not. It's
so
just out of respect for them. But if it's something that's going on to where I can't cut them out, then I may go ahead and post them. But the majority of the time, I don't like to do that to other people.
what do you say when do you do it? Do you say it at the drive through the squawk box, or do you say it at the window?
No, I say it at the window.
Gotcha.
I let them know or whatever. Is it okay or whatever that I'm recording this experience? I'm a YouTuber, or I'm just recording, making journal or whatever of my life. Is it okay? If they say it's okay, then I keep recording. If they say no, it's not okay, then as soon as I get home, I delete it. I don't even keep it. I don't post it or nothing. I just delete it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, then you might see a few videos from me in the future.
Woohoo!
I guess I'm just trying to branch out from vlogs and see what else I can get into, see what other kind of action I can get into, if that makes sense.
Well, that does make sense. Like I told you before, with the other stuff, it's just when you're only doing one thing, you got to diversify what you're doing to keep people interested, to continue to grow. Um, I said it in my live stream earlier today that even bigger people like Roman Atwood and stuff like that, they've even said it on their vlogs. They said, "Look, we don't know what the next thing for us to do is. We've already done everything we know to do. We need to find something else to do so we can continue to grow and we can continue to keep doing stuff that we know that's best for everybody." So you have to eventually get to where you want to diversify and change things up.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I just one day I'd like to do not necessarily like a feature film from like a blockbuster, like at the movie theater, but something maybe I'd like to do a film festival or something like that.
Well, the good thing about that'd be awesome. What I'm thinking about doing, and it's when my health gets a little bit better, is where I run my restaurant delivery business for so many years. I got to know a lot of the employees, a lot of the owners, and stuff like that throughout multiple cities here. And like our favorite Mexican restaurant, which is Casa del Sabor, I have talked to him about like doing some type of like a documentary, a feature on their restaurant to be able to like go back in their kitchen and talk to some of the staff while they're cooking and all that stuff. It kind of make it like a little documentary type thing and upload that to YouTube. The owner pretty much said they're all for it. I just have to get in better health and get the time to actually do it.
That would be cool. I still need to try Casa del Sabor.
They're good. They're their prices are comparable with any other Mexican restaurant. So it's all in what a person likes and what their taste buds are. Some people like El Toro better. Some people like Los Mariachis better. It just all
Yeah.
depends.
My dilemma is my wife likes Chinese better, so
That's what we had tonight was Chinese.
where'd you go?
Hung Lung.
That's where we go. It's actually interesting because the other day, so I've been speaking with my parents like double time, triple time, trying to get ready for this trip. The other day, my dad asked if we had a Panda Express in town. For those of you that don't know what Panda Express is, it's a restaurant chain of Chinese restaurant chain. I don't think they're very good in my opinion. I mean, I've been to quite a few that it's just not very good. Um, but I told him that we have a Hung Lung. He's like, "What's that?" So,
We do have a Panda Chinese, but it's not franchise. It's just called Panda.
oh, the one down on Limestone. That's right.
Yeah, but in my opinion, like I said, everybody, even with my reviews and stuff I do, so everybody try it out themselves. Don't just go on what I say.
Don't
But
tell me what to do. You're not my boss.
yeah, there you go. In my opinion, when I went in there, it's just they just seem I don't know they didn't seem very customer friendly, and the
I
place seemed to be dark, and it's just I didn't like the experience too well last time that I went there, and I delivered for them. So
gotcha.
uh,
Well, when I drive by, it just looks dirty and dingy.
yeah, yeah, that too.
So,
I wasn't going to come out and say that, but that too. When you walked in there, you could just tell with the floors and all of this stuff. But there's some people in Springfield that swear by it over all the Chinese restaurants, the multiple Chinese restaurants we have here in Springfield. But I don't care for it.
all
My
right,
favorite my
we,
favorite ones are
we
Dragon
got to be
China and
nice.
Hung
Hokin
Lung.
loves Panda. You like Hung Lung? And what was the other one?
Dragon China.
I never. Where are they?
They are over by the Save a Lot on Main Street.
Gotcha. Okay. What? Ew, hell kitten. What's ew? She doesn't like Panda. I was joking. What's? Oh yeah. So yeah, Hung Lung is pretty good. One of these days, I want to try the Costa del Sabor, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, we need to get more. Uh, we're getting a lot of small restaurants. Like Bada Bing went out of business. There's some sandwich shop supposed to go in there. We have tons of sandwich shops. Nothing against the person that's going to open a sandwich shop, but we need a lot more bigger restaurants. I think bigger restaurant chains to come in here, not actually build them on Bechtel, but somewhere else in Springfield, maybe over on 40 or someplace like that. But I think we need to have stuff like a Red Robin, a Chili's, a TGI Fridays,
Red
you
Robin
know,
would be good.
something like that. Yes, because I have to drive clear to Beaver Creek anytime I want Red Robin.
If I had the money and the fundage, I would totally open up a franchise of Cafe Rio. Oh my gosh.
That's that place you was telling me about in Utah, right?
Yeah, so freaking good. Like, Chipotle has nothing on them, but it's so good.
Well, I'd have to try it because Chipotle, I'm okay with it, but it's not something that I'm like, ooh, I gotta go to Chipotle.
Well, like
You
I
know,
said, Chipotle has nothing on them. It's oh my gosh. And there, so what I usually get is it's a salad, but their tortillas, they put a tortilla down, and it's a fluffy. It's like a thick, fluffy tortilla, like none of the thin stuff that you get from the store. I can't figure out how they make them, but it's a thick, fluffy tortilla. And then they give you their house made dressing. It's a tomatillo ranch. It's so good. It's like a spicy tomatillo ranch. Oh my gosh,
Sounds good.
so good. I would order an extra thing of dressing and an extra tortilla just to dip it in because it's so good.
Now, one restaurant I do want to try here in Springfield too that I haven't tried yet is the Rapid Fire Pizza.
Yeah, I've heard about them. I want to try them so hard.
So, I mean, I just want to go in there when I'm not like really, really hungry because it's their personal pizzas. So
Hell
I'd have to
Kitten.
probably order 6 of them to get full. But
Hell Kitten, there's actually a hothead over on 40 by Wally World.
and there is a hothead over on Durr Road as well.
See, you don't have to go to Fairborn to get hothead. You know, I was actually in hothead. I actually went to hothead before I went to um, Chipotle. So when we moved here, we spent a couple weeks with my mother-in-law, and then we spent a couple weeks with my wife's friend, just because we were couch surfing, trying to get a job and find a place. But my wife's friend took us to Hothead, and it was good. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't as good as Chipotle, in my opinion. Like the rice was bland and all that, and blah blah blah. But I mean, if you like it, that's great.
Oh, Fairborn's closer to her, huh?
Gotcha. Okay.
Every live stream, she gives me a little bit more tips every single time.
I know.
Where she's at.
I was about to say that, but I didn't want to like. Okay, everyone's closer. Yes, excellent. So you could go out to Red Robin easier than Mr. TB can then.
Well, yeah, definitely.
So
Normally when we go to Sam's maybe once a month. Sam's Club in Fairborn. Stock up just on our meats because they're cheap on their meats. And when we stop in there, we normally stop over Red Robin. That's normally our time to stop in Red Robin.
I knew you would grab up on that clue. It's a fun game for you. Oh my gosh, this is getting fun. One of these days.
And what she doesn't realize is, Daren, you didn't grow up around that area, the areas that she's talking about.
No.
And I grew up and ran around all those areas for probably 30 years. So I know where a lot of that stuff's at.
Interesting. Yeah, so to be honest with you, I'm disappointed in the lack of restaurants in the area.
Me too.
But yeah.
I mean, it's like that with everything. It's not just restaurants. It's just businesses in general, or just even when new businesses open up, they're small businesses and they don't make it and they close out. And
Yeah, it's sad.
Springfield needs to do something. They just, I mean, it's getting horrible.
Yeah, TV will definitely get it faster than me.
Yeah, because I grew up, I lived in Riverside, I lived in Fairborn, I lived in Beaver Creek, I lived in a lot of places in Dayton. I grew up in Miamisburg. I have a lot of family in West Carrollton. I have a lot of family in Moraine. So, I mean, I know quite a bit about a lot of those areas. Huber Heights, what they call Old North Dayton.
Old North Dayton, interesting.
Yeah, Old North Dayton is pretty much right before you get to Huber Heights.
I'm not disappointed. It's more of a game for me now. It's like who's gonna figure it out faster. But Mr. TV probably will because he's got the experience in the area.
Yeah, there's one clue you gave me the other day, in one of my live streams. I'm not going to say what exactly what it was. There was probably the biggest clue of all.
What was it?
I can't say it online because I don't want to. I don't know if she meant to say it or not. I don't want to like expose her, but it was something that really narrowed it down. Just put it
You
that
should message me, private message me. I'm curious. I know it's a game, but private message me.
way.
You're killing me, Smalls. I still haven't found Mr. TB other than the fact that I rode by his house once.
Yeah, and other than the fact we've talked about, which I haven't been able to do it this year, but maybe next year, I talked about having you over for some bonfires and stuff, but I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, this season's been crazy.
Dave, I'm quite far from Sandusky.
He's about as far as I am. We both live in the same city, and then Hell Kitten lives outside of the same city. So Hell Kitten says you can give the clue because people know not to mess with her.
Oh, I can give the clue. Okay. If I can give the clue, I got your permission. Anyway, we were talking about in my live stream, we were talking about a bunch of different stuff, but we were also talking about how the tornado siren. I can't remember if it was in your stream or my stream, but I think it was my stream, where she actually said that she is so close to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base where she can actually hear their sirens go off, their tornado sirens, their alert sirens, their air raid sirens. So that kind of narrows it down for me a little bit.
Interesting.
So in order for her to hear those, I mean, I know that travels a long way. Don't get me wrong, but still, that narrows it down just a little bit more for me.
Okay. Okay. I'm pretty sure I know which clue you're. But she is in Springfield. Okay.
She's in, well, I'll put it this way. The way that I think about it, she is kind of in Springfield, but just like you said, she is on the outskirts.
Yeah, definitely.
She's not within the city limits, put it that way.
Okay, we're getting close. Bummer. I was thinking if you guys were close enough, maybe you could do filming locations. That would be cool.
Yeah, it would.
How do you know Hell Kitten?
You can't Google it. No, that I know that from experience, just where I've lived myself. And actually,
How
where
does
I've
it
lived.
sound? How does it sound from an air raid siren travel so far? We're gonna figure it out one of these days.
Yeah, if I was in better health and everything, I could probably go out that way towards Wright-Patterson Air Force Base and at least narrow it down to, I want to say, probably at least a 3 mile radius, at least.
What I need to do is next year just fill up the tank on the bike and put some miles on it.
There you go.
It'd definitely be cheaper to do that on the bike than in the car.
Well, yeah.
I know, El Kitten. I know.
But when I lived in places I lived around the base, um, I trusted their sirens more than I did the city sirens because sometimes their sirens would go off, the city sirens wouldn't, or vice versa. So I trusted. I went by the Wright-Patterson air raid sirens before anything, if I could actually hear them.
We're actually planning on going down to Wright Pat when my parents come.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Gonna go through the presidential plane?
I don't know. We're just going out to the museum, whatever's there. I don't know. I haven't been there in like 2 years.
They have the Air Force One that's retired that actually carried Kennedy's body back to the United States, or back to wherever he was having his stuff done.
Is it?
And you can walk through it.
It's in the. Where is it? Is it in the museum?
Yeah, it's in the museum.
I
go in and get a map.
Okay. Because that one would be interesting.
It is interesting, but it's kind of, I won't ruin it for you, but it's interesting, but it's not. I thought it'd be more, just put it that way. But it's still interesting to go through and everything and stuff. It's almost all the way. You have to watch it with the signs and the way the maps are. You almost can miss it on where it's at, but people line up to go through it.
What's 444?
What do you mean 444?
Helkin says those things were loud as crap where I grew up. I was just across 444 from Pat.
That's Route 444. Where a lot of Pat
gotcha, okay.
Traffic travels, where it goes to a lot of the base homes and all that stuff.
Hey, Hell Kitten, are you close to Young's Jersey Dairy? Just random question. Hey, it's PK. How are you doing, PK? So, question for you, PK. Is it soda or is it pop?
Hey, PK, glad you could make it. Are you buffering on your end, Daren?
Yeah, I am buffering on both.
I'm buffering too.
On both computers. Is YouTube going to go down again?
I don't know.
Please no. Pop. See?
Well, maybe it just shows us buffering on our end and it's not.
It's frozen. So she's kind of, but not close to Young's.
Okay.
Interesting.
There it is. You're breaking YouTube, Daren, is what she said.
I am breaking YouTube. This video is going to go viral. No, it's not.
Hellkitten says she's not buffering there. All right.
Well, I refreshed it and it's not buffering anymore, so.
Okay.
It's not buffering. You guys are coming. Okay, good.
Ouch.
Don't forget to tickle that like button before you guys leave.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Yep. I got that done. Yeah, we're gonna go to Right Pat and see what's going on. My dad kind of grew up in the Air Force. Well, my grandpa was in the Air Force and my dad traveled around. So I'm hoping that'll be interesting for my dad.
Well, yeah, he may even see a lot of stuff for whatever he's seen before as a kid.
Yeah, my problem is being financially challenged, just trying to find things that are cheap and easy.
Well, you said they're coming on the weekend.
They're flying in Friday, and they're leaving next Thursday.
Well, you could check to make sure. See if the Clark County Historical Society Museum is open too. He might want to maybe possibly go to that.
So what's your guys' opinion on that? I don't know about anything about missing woman. I don't watch the news. I don't follow the news. I have a horrible example as an American citizen. I don't know anything about it. Like, even with this Kavanaugh bullcrap, my wife was trying to talk to me, or my old coworker were trying to talk to me about it. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care. So
yeah, I haven't. I've heard of the Kavanaugh stuff, but I haven't heard of anything about any missing woman in Riverside either.
I mean, my wife tried to talk about the Kavanaugh stuff. I just don't care, and I don't want to talk about it in the live stream. I'm just using it as an example about how I don't. watch the news. So I mean, if it's a missing woman, that is definitely sad. I mean, anybody missing is sad. Like, I get notifications all the time on my smartphone about missing adults and such, and it just makes me sad. So I don't. Other than that, I don't have any opinions, ideas, thoughts.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
if she is missing, we just hope that they find her if she's missing.
correct. You know that. Never mind. Hopefully, she's okay. Hopefully, I mean, I'm not trying to sound heartless because I'm not. Well, I kind of am, but missing people, missing individuals, it shouldn't happen. It does, and I'm sorry, but yeah, you're fine, PK. It's um, there's no need to apologize or anything. It's just I'm so far away. I'm so far removed from the news that I don't.
Yeah, I don't watch much TV either. I watch Netflix
And
and
that's me. Is I watch Netflix and Hulu, and that's it. I mean, yeah.
I mean, in the TV shows that I actually want to watch, I DVR.
And
So I fast forward through the commercials.
and honestly, lately I've been more turning off the TV and watching more YouTube. So YouTube. Yeah. How are you doing, PK? Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully you're doing fantastical.
Yeah, glad to see you here. I haven't seen you in a while. I know we
Yeah.
talked a couple times on comments and stuff on a few things, but she's another Ohioan. Okay, let's watch the Zero TV. Well, good, then I can get on TV and tell everybody where you live.
Daren, what is your daughter being for Halloween? And I am a good baby. And I am a good baby has been sick last 2 days. Okay. Honestly, my daughters, we don't know what they're gonna be at the moment. We're trying to find some cheap slash inexpensive costumes. Because I'm financially challenged at the moment. Um, but we don't know yet. My wife's gonna drive down to Dayton this week maybe and see if she can find some discounted costumes. Um, sick babies are no fun. Hopefully the baby's doing okay. I'm sorry. I will keep your baby in my prayers.
Yeah, I hope the baby gets better.
Just watch TV, huh? Hey, you're watching us, so I appreciate it, Dave.
That's a good one, Dave.
But
I'll have to use that on a promotion slogan or something.
For those of you that aren't are curious, we're gonna get the Teebee Awards out as soon as we can. We both have had health issues, so we're working on it. Well, I'm talking for Mr. Teebee at the moment, but I know he's working on it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm getting I still got all my procedures. They still don't know what's going on with me, but I'm getting some days are better than others, but I'm hopefully getting to where I can at least maybe go, a little bit of distance away from the house, but that's pretty much about it before I get like real wheezy and everything. So as soon as I can get better and everything to be able to make it where me and Daren actually want to do the actual video itself, then we're going to go ahead and do it. I know Herman had mentioned in my stream that, and one of my streams, that we should do it live, but some people like live streams, some people like actual videos, and me, I like both, but I can have my more in a actual uploaded video, and plus Daren wants to do some stuff too as well with it. I'm not going to say what it is. You just have to stay tuned for that. So doing it live just would not work.
Yeah, definitely take care of your health. That's the most important thing. Because that would be sad if we lost Mr. Teebee. Knock on wood. Hopefully that doesn't happen for another. Huh?
It would be sad for me too.
Hopefully that doesn't happen for another 80 years.
Yeah.
But Hellkitten says go to Goodwill. I'll have to check that out. My wife does all the shopping. I'll let her know. Have her check it out. Why watch TV when there's TB? I like that one.
I like that too. Like I said, I'll have to put that into some slogan somehow or whatever here in the next coming weeks.
All right, guys, I am going to end this. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and Mr. TV. For those of you that are not aware, my parents are coming into town this weekend, so we probably won't have a Saturday night shenanigans. If we do, it'll be a unscheduled, unplanned thing that you'll just have to check your YouTube for, and it probably won't be like 9 o'clock like normal. It'll probably be like later. But with my parents in town, I doubt it'll actually happen. So you guys can take the week off and spend it with a loved one, spend it with YouTube. Yeah. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Don't forget to go check out Mr. TB if you haven't. I do want to say thank you guys so much for your support. Actually, really quick, I'm pushing my Instagram lately, so go check out my Instagram if you have not. Trying to get into the stories, trying to have some fun with that. Catch you guys later. Thank you, Dave. Thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out. I appreciate the love and the support. I will definitely have fun with my family. For those of you that aren't aware, last time I saw them, I'm going to use a bad word because it was a bad experience. It was a road trip from hell. We just bought our car. It was my wife's car. Peace out, Jared. Thank you for hanging out.
See you,
but we just bought our car. It was we bought it used. It's an older car, but we had it checked out by our mechanic and did all the necessary maintenance and upkeep that we needed to. But we drove cross country and it just kept overheating. And so we stopped in Nebraska with my wife's friend. We were planning to stop there for the night anyways, but we stopped there and we were stuck there for 2 days because the car was just overheating. And then we flushed the radiator, drove to Utah. It overheated on the whole way to Utah. This is all in a video, so if you go check it out, it's there. But we drove to Utah, and my mom, my dad, and my brother met us in Wyoming with a car dolly, and pulled the rest of the way home to Utah. And then so we dropped it off at a shop in Utah that we used growing up, and they looked at it and said everything's fine. We can't get it overheat. Maybe it's the radiator cap. Wasn't so they replaced the radiator cap. We drove back halfway to Nebraska. It started overheating again, so we were stuck in Nebraska for another 2 days. Finally, they discovered it was the head gasket. Normally, when a head gasket goes, at least this is what they explained to us, is normally when a head gasket goes bad, the antifreeze leaks into the engine oil and causes problems. However, this time it was going backwards and the oil was leaking into the antifreeze. So they didn't think to check the head gasket when we were driving out. So yeah, so we left our car in Nebraska for 3 months while they changed the engine. Someone had a used engine they sold us for $300, and they said it would be cheaper to do that than to replace the head gasket. So
Definitely.
they swapped the engine. It was actually my friend's brother, my wife's friend's brother that did the work, so he didn't charge us labor. He just he knew someone that had the engine, so he swapped the engine, didn't charge us labor. So I think that we got a good deal on it, but it just was a lousy experience. So this time will definitely be a better experience. And I want to definitely say thank you guys for sticking out through my story time. I appreciate it. Go check out my Instagram. Go check out my Twitter. Thank you guys so much for your support. You guys are awesome.